Hey, gentlemen, it is December 9th, 2021. This is a video on about how to interview or vet a woman on a first date. In my opinion, I have been on, at one point in time when I moved here from the Northeast to El Paso, Texas, I was dating at least two, sometimes three times a day. So I packed in some dates when I was looking for a mate. And you have to protect yourself. And how some of the ways you protect yourself is by interviewing and vetting anybody you let into your life. If you get into a relationship that includes physical contact with another person, you have to make sure that that person is sane and is not going to bring a horrific amount of drama into your life, saying that you touched them inappropriately, saying that you touched one of their kids inappropriately, to say that they didn't willingly kiss or have sex with you or something like that, and you have to do the best that you can to vet that before you ever proceed on. So my first date was always a coffee date. I never took them out and wined and dined them or anything like that. It's a waste of time, energy, and effort. And I've written down some of the questions that I used to ask the women so that I could feel comfortable enough to them to maybe go on a second date with them. And if the date doesn't work out, you should look them in the face at the end of the date when it's over and tell them, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, but you're not what I'm looking for, and I won't be contacting you anymore. And you tell them straight up. They may be offended because they're not used to men being honest with them. They may be offended because they think they're all that in a bag of chips, and how dare you not be interested in them. But you would rather be honest with them, tear the Band-Aid off, than have to play the long goodbye game. So just be honest. Tell them to their face what you think. If you want to go on a second date, you go on a second date. But the vetting process also includes credit checks, includes all kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to concentrate on a first date, a coffee date. Something where you get a chance to physically look at their appearance. And if a woman doesn't realize, and you're hardwired as a man for physical appearance. We are hardwired to look for women, certain features on a woman. I would check them out: hair, eyebrows, eyelashes. If there's any piercings, if their eyebrows look like they took one of these friggin' Sharpie markers and just drew it on. You know, have you ever seen the ones like this that go like all the way up here, or they have these little things that stick out at the caterpillar eyelashes? You know, if they blink too hard and one of their eyes gets stuck shut, it's just absolutely hilarious. If they have nose rings, a bowl ring in their nose, they have nose piercings, a hoop in their. Too many piercings on there. They have a lip piercing. They have a tongue piercing. They have tats. Those are all classic signs that that woman has no intentions of being in a relationship or being a good partner in a relationship. Physical appearance: are they short and fat? Are they fit and in shape? And then their energy. What kind of energy do they have? Are they? And I'm not talking their aura. I'm not talking do they give off the right vibrations? I'm talking, are they masculine? Are they do they let you finish a sentence before they cut you off? When you're saying something, do they just automatically interrupt you and overtalk you? If you ask them a yes or no question and they trip the light, fantastic. What's your favorite color? Well, 2 weeks ago on Sunday, I was at church, and then my son's first thing, just answer the damn question, okay? They're all just key indicators. And whether you believe it or not, men have decent intuition in regarding women. So let's get down to the questions. You should admit that you're not perfect and you make mistakes. You should ask the woman directly, what do you expect out of a man? You should ask her what type of ask her what type of relationship she's looking for. Traditional relationship where men and women in the relationship or people in the relationship have gender-specific roles, male and female. I'm going to leave that at that, man and female. And it comes with the hierarchy. Or do they want a modern relationship or an executive relationship? And a modern relationship is more where they're just looking for a partner. An executive marriage is usually reserved for those of us who are later in life and looking for someone to share our life with, but to you're both getting something out of the marriage or the union that you can both use to your mutual benefited, your mutual benefit. I was going to try to say like something like benefication, something silly like that. So I'm moving on. And you ask them, be blunt, just say, hey, why did your last relationship not work out? And give them some minute. And I'm willing to bet any of you that 99.999999 to the affinity of the responses is going to be the guy's fault. Are there some cases where it is the man's fault? Absolutely, 100%. The man cheated too much. The man was physically or emotionally abusive. The man was, but quite a bit of the women, I don't know the exact percentage, but more women file for divorce than men do. So that being said, you should know what you're getting into. And here's a red flag. I had to report him to the police for touching me inappropriate. And if someone ever tells you that, there should be warning signs going off in the back of your head. That means there was one time I was on a date with a girl and I was just goofing around with her, and I poked her on the shoulder, said, hey. And she looked at me dead face. She goes, that's assault. You're not supposed to touch me without my permission. At that point in time, we were walking like this at the Sunland Park Mall, and I just veered off, went back to my car, and left her there. I later found out that she was married to she was married and divorced from a police officer, and I avoided that nightmare. The other thing you have is her appearance, height, weight. And I talked about their physical appearance. That's as important. I don't want to be ashamed of the person on my arm. If they're fat and out of shape and they're not taking care of themselves, what do you think them getting into a relationship with you is? They're going to just, now I can relax. No, you can't relax. Yes, you should stay in shape. And you should tell them that. I expect you to stay in shape. I expect you to maintain a decent body weight. If we go out to eat and I'm 6'2", 230 pounds, and you eat more than me at 5'2", you're wrong. It's just, again, we already covered the attitude and injury. I'm not going to belabor the subject, but you have the right and you should do your due diligence with the interview process, which later, if they go on a second date, includes, hey, are you up for a security check, a medical check, that kind of stuff like that, before you commit, before you even get into it. So there it is. There's your first date, which is always a coffee date. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of your damn self. Like a fart in a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.